The Arizona sun was cooking everything in Oasis Ridge Estates, including common sense, when Harlan Voss decided a linen tank top was a federal crime. 30 steps from their front porch, on the private promenade every homeowner paid dues to walk, the self-crowned king of the HOA pointed at my wife like she'd just robbed a bank. That sleeveless shirt violates Bylaw 14D, visual discord and decency breach, he barked, voice echoing off stucco walls like he was calling in an airstrike. Two of his glorified golf cart cowboys in cheap tactical vests stepped forward, zip ties swinging from their belts like they were about to bag a terrorist. My wife, Natalia Reed, didn't flinch. She simply reached into her crossbody bag, flipped open her wallet, and let the gold FBI badge catch the desert glare. Federal Agent, Victim Liaison, International Recovery Division, she said, calm as a sniper. You just tried to detain me on private property for wearing clothes in 105-degree heat. Harlan's face did that thing cheap tyrants do, first shock, then denial, then the slow realization that his little kingdom was about to get audited into oblivion. The zip-tie twins froze mid-step, like someone had yanked their batteries. Because here's the thing about power-tripping HOA presidents. They love rules until the rules grow teeth and bite them right in the polyester ass. I'm Marcus Reed. I don't yell at board meetings. I don't write strongly worded emails. I trace invisible signals for the FBI's Surveillance Integrity Unit, ghost networks, illegal frequencies, metadata that liars think can't be followed. We moved to Oasis Ridge for quiet. Natalia's right shoulder still carries shrapnel from a botched extraction in Juarez. Sleeves and heat turn the scar into a live wire. Her medical file is stamped federal accommodation. Harlan Voss didn't care about scars. He cared about aesthetic uniformity and the tiny throne he'd built out of other people's fear. That night the Liberty plaque, Oasis Ridge's digital stocks, already had her photo cued from last week. Grainy, elevated angle, captioned Category 2 outerwear violation, board review pending. Harlan had been watching. Document. Shame. Escalate. That was his playbook. His Oasis safety patrol rolled around in charcoal golf carts with fake department patches, ticketing beach hats for unnatural shadow profiles, yoga pants for contour imbalance, and a grieving widower for wearing a ball cap to the potluck. They even posted kids' sidewalk chalk as unauthorized public art, all in the name of protecting property values from sleeves. I sat at our kitchen island while Natalia locked herself in the bathroom with the cold water running, her ritual after uniforms and raised voices. 3 years of recovery, one mission that left a child in a container and a knife at her ribs. Harlan had just flipped every trauma switch she owned. I opened the HOA portal. Password protected for resident safety, of course. 50 violations in 30 days. Faces blurred, shame preserved for eternity. Then I found the hidden CSC Community Safety Course section. Override login required. Cute. Next morning our HOA secretary, Valerie Klein, showed up on the porch looking like she'd swallowed broken glass. I saw the footage, she whispered. Harlan bypassed the review process. He's calling an emergency board meeting tonight, no residents allowed. New bylaws, false authority display, and ban on external agency interference. He's writing rules to punish your wife's badge. She handed me a manila folder thick with 3 months of minutes. I voted for him once. Thought he'd keep things orderly. Turns out he's the disorder. Valerie wasn't evil. She was scared. Fear is what keeps these little dictators in power, until someone stops being afraid. That same night I parked 3 houses down from the clubhouse, scanner app humming on my phone. Harlan's voice drifted through the open window. Article 11D allows emergency revisions without referendum in cases of disruptive influence. He was rewriting the charter live, turning his toy police force into permanent law. Meanwhile his patrol radios, cheap, unlicensed, broadcasting on 163.42 MHz, right in FCC-protected territory, chattered away. I patched in weeks ago. Every word, every timestamp, every hidden camera feed from the Heritage lamp posts synced to residents' Ring cams without consent. They weren't just watching. They were impersonating federal surveillance overlays, case numbers, tracking IDs, the whole cosplay. A felony wrapped in stucco and HOA dues. I cloned the packets. I injected a dummy upload. By sunrise the Liberty plaque flashed a new entry. Tier 3 internal audit triggered. Federal authority flagged. Harlan's own system accused him. Beautiful. The next 48 hours were poetry. Patrol carts sat idle. The plaque stayed blank. Harlan was too busy running diagnostics to notice the neighbors I quietly visited, one by one, showing them their own kids' photos cued for public shaming, their own camera feeds harvested, their own voices on illegal radio logs. 11 families promised to show up at the Thursday charter vote. Thursday night the clubhouse was packed. Harlan stood behind the podium in full tactical cosplay, sweat already beading under the fluorescent lights. Tonight we vote to integrate the safety patrol into the charter. 2/3 majority makes it permanent. His voice cracked just a little. I stood. Marcus Reed, Federal Signal Specialist. Your patrols run on unlicensed frequencies. Your cameras hijack resident networks. Your video overlays copy FBI formats down to the font. And yesterday you cued a 12-year-old girl, Valerie's niece, for garment exposure after pulling her image from her own mother's doorbell cam. Gasps rippled like a Mexican wave. Valerie rose. I second the motion to suspend all patrol operations and table the vote until third-party audit. She read from her handwritten notebook. Exact dates Harlan cut her mic, rerouted dues to buy hidden cameras, skipped the annual tech audit using an emergency waiver he wrote himself. Hands shot up. Printed reports passed like wildfire. Harlan's tablet screen went dark. My injection loop had fried the entire broadcast queue 2 hours earlier. His empire was offline, and he knew it. Then the doors opened. 2 plainclothes agents, FCC and FBI, badges out. Mr. Voss, we'd like a word outside about unlicensed transmissions and impersonation of federal systems. Harlan didn't argue. He just walked, shoulders slumped, past the rows of silent residents who once feared him. The charter vote? Cancelled. The safety patrol? Disbanded before the agents even finished reading him his rights. Insurance carrier already emailed the board, coverage under review. 3 weeks later the Liberty plaque was gone. In its place stood a simple cedar bench under a shaded ramada, Valerie's redesign, approved by unanimous vote. A small bronze plate read, "No order without consent." Natalia and I sat there at dusk, her bare shoulder finally relaxed under the cooling desert air. The porch swing creaked softly behind us, not a reminder of pain anymore, just the sound of peace we'd fought for. So tell me, true or false, the real power abuser was the HOA president who built his own police state behind community standards, not the federal couple who used the actual law to burn it down? Drop your answer below. Because in the end, the ones who hide behind rules are always the ones the rules were written to stop. And karma? She doesn't wear sleeves, but she never misses.